It's been a while, boys, and I apologize, but I'm finally back with another goated base design, and today I bring you the Kangaroo, a 2x1 shell base with 4 bunkers, an insane shooting floor, and more. So with no further ado, let's get into the tour. Alrighty, boys and girls, let's get onto the tour of the Kangaroo. Starting at one of our 2 external TCs, we can open it just like this. We have our TC back there, and coming over here, we have our hanging frame disconnectable. We place this right here, and break that. Our thingy will disconnect, and then we can reconnect it just like so. Heading to our gatehouses, we have a nice little airlock here, stopping any grubs from getting in, and we have some pretty nice visibility. Going into our gatehouse, we have Patrico peaks that give you an inside vision and outside vision of your compound. That goes onto both sides as well. Now entering into our compound, going above our gatehouse, we have one of our 4 compound turrets, which has very great vision into your compound. And you can put a furnace wall oil refinery, it'll be fully protected in there, that's all up to you. But quickly, just want to say, I'm my own Discord with a nice building community, all there to help each other improve and have a good time. So if at any point in the video you have problems with the base, you can ask for help there or in the video comments. We also offer some services such as coaching, bases, thumbnails, and cinematics. So if you like what I do or you want to join the community, check out the Discord link in the description. Heading around here, we have a nice little funnel into the compound, which we can open that just like so, and over there there's a little mobility ring we'll get to later. Hopping up here, we have a nice little run around just like so, with a funnel area here. Raiders will either have to come up this seawall there, or go through this funnel here where you can put a shotgun trap, making it a bit of a tough time getting through your compound. Hopping here, we have one of our 2 outposts, where this auto turret here sees very nice into your compound, and it sees all the areas the other turret doesn't. So this auto turret its only blind spot is right here, which this turret sees very nice into. We're going back to this compound outpost. We have a little bedroom in here with some very nice Patrico peaks that see into the compound, just like so. And we have a little bunker in here. So if you pick up the window in the small box, we can open up our bunker just like so. We have a battery in a box. We have other battery spots in the base though that are bunkered, so if you want to, you can remove the bunker here and put more boxes inside of that. Coming through here, we have our nice little reverse waterfall going up here. This reverse waterfall acts as a very nice mobility straight up to the roof, which lets you get to your roof very fast and also down from your roof back into your compound instantaneously. Heading back around here though, we'll go back to our compound mobility area, and in here we have a nice little inner ring in your compound for you to run around, some nice little great visibility, and it's just a nice mobility area through. Coming back over here, we have our airlock into our nice shell. Heading into our shell, we have our furnaces, our boxes, everything you need to put in here you can put very nicely. And we can fully run around our shell just like so. Hopping up here, we can go into one of our 2 shell bunkers, which I'll show you how the bunker works in a second. So you go down here, you have 4 boxes, a battery, and actually 6 boxes in total. And if you want to bunker up this bunker, just place this here, upgrade that, and hopping up here, you'll see now have this stair frame bunker. It can't be destroyed in any way, Raiders can't do anything about it, and they'll have to go through this wall right here. And if you simply want to break the bunker, just respawn in here, break this, and now the bunker is fully open. Going through our shell, we can hop up one of these jump ups here. And going down this remote area, we have 2 beds in a box, so you can re-get in here and kill any raiders in your side of your shell on the bottom. And now going all the way back up here, we have very nice retakes into your shell that are also held by this turret. It will shoot you here. And if we hop up here, we have some box storage, some lockers, and we have some great vision down into our shell. These are great for killing any raiders down in your shell. In here we have some box area for when your 2x1 starter get overfills. You have multiple box areas here on this floor, and they actually have some splash guard for any rockets on the outside, acting as extra honeycomb. Raiders aren't going to precisely be rocketing your base that much going through these cracks, and this will be extra honeycomb into your loot rooms here. Heading down into your 2x1 starter, this is great for snowballing out of. You have some tons of box storage in here, a little vending machine. Early game, you'll put this as a doorway and then switch it for a vending machine later. Multiple bag spots, here's your TC with your workbench. And heading down here, you have multiple boxes and some nice little electric furnace spots as well. We can head all the way back up here, going through If you put your tier 1 workbench here, you have a nice little airlock. And we can go through here where we have some great shooting floor retakes right here. Shooting floor is a golden part of this base. It is very nice. So just gonna head through here. We have a little bedroom area. Heading through here, we can go into our shooting floor. We have some great peaks right here. I absolutely adore these peaks as they offer some amazing angles going all the way across, and raiders are not going to really be able to hit you through these at all, especially if you stand in the corners right here. It makes it a very tough angle. These little Brutalist peaks add a very nice lip over this particular peak. Running around here, we have some great downwards angles. Hopping up here, a couple more peaks, some more downwards angles out of and into your base. And we have a great Brutalist outwards peak outside of your base with some nice roof retake. This shooting floor is a full ring going around the entire base here. As you can see, it goes full 360 going around the entire base. Very nice. Going back into our little bedroom area, we can hop up here. We have some very nice shooting floor roof retakes that work really well. And going through this little airlock here, we can finally get onto our roof, which is the last bit of this tour. We have some great Brutalist peaks on this roof, seeing every angle around your base through Brutalist peaks, which are the best peaks currently in Rust 2025, as they offer angles that raiders just simply cannot stop. Very good angles to these Brutalist peaks. You have tons of Brutalist peaks on this roof here. And going this way, you can throw down a little vending machine shop, whatever you want. You have some nice other angles off of this roof here with some great turrets that have full 360 vision of this entire roof. Anyways, that is the full base design. Hope you guys enjoy, and with no further ado, let's get into the tutorial of how to make this base. Okay, let's get on to the build tutorial of how to make this base design now. If you made it this far, thank you, and I hope this base serves you well on your wipes. Starting off, it's just a basic 2x1 starter. We can seal this up and wall it fully in. And then going here, we just place the floor like that. Roof is all off. And then place a little half shelf, just like so. Place that, and then place a door just like there. Then you can go here, don't do this one, do this just like that. You can come up here, get your TC out, and place it snug into the corner, just like that. Then we can come out of your base, and make yourself a little jump up like this for early game for you to get back into your base. And if you open this is here how I personally like to outfit my starter here. Loads of box storage back here, my sleeping bag, 2 electric furnaces, and a box. If you're playing duo trio, you're going to need your teammates to place your sleeping bags until you get this next little module out, which we're going to make really quickly, just like so. And once you get this module out, you can place your single door, just like this, with your sleeping bag for your teammates. And then you can place 3 furnaces along this edge out here, just like so. And whenever you want here, you can place a box temporarily. This will have to go later. You can put a locker, whatever you want. Let's just say you can just put whatever you want back there. That's up to you. Let's close this off, and now your starter should be looking something like this. But we're gonna have to expand that in a bit, so we can either pick up this door. What we're gonna have to do is swap it to a garage door, and then go here. We're gonna have to switch this all. Make sure it's half walls, but then low walls on the top. Make this a floor and a frame coming out just like that. If you wanted it to be quicker, let's switch that to a double door. Then let's do this, and we can go here with our tier 1 workbench and put that right here, so we have this. If you want to seal off this roof, you can toss this right here so people can't get into this little module. Same thing over here. That's what your roof is going to form out to later, so we can basically just do that already now. So now you should be looking with a 2x1 starter, something like this, build up. We can now switch out and start building the shell. I would like to turn on symmetry though, so going here, I will go to the middle here on Rusticated, and I'm going to type /center in chat. This changes based on what server you are on. So I did /center, and now if I switch this to rotation 2, which is what I'll be using for now, it'll rotate exactly to the other side. So we're going to use 2-sided rotation now, and simply have this going across the entire base. So I start off with something simple like this, the shell coming out 2 triangles, and then a square triangle, and then we can do a square off of here with a triangle, and then the same thing over here. A very nice little shell module going around the entire base, just like so. we can simply upgrade this all to metal. I'm doing final build grade from everything, and I'm going to upgrade the entire shell to HQM because that's what it's going to be later on, whenever you can, as soon as you can. Anyways, going out to the base, we can get our bunkers down as soon as we can. So putting 2 half walls here, and then fully walling in this area. In here, we will roof this nicely like that. We can make a little jump up right here. And then coming up here, we will need a single door right here, and then we can wall this area in. And roof it off just like this. So that should be both sides just like so, and then we can come here and throw on a single door. And then if we come into here, this is how I like to outfit mine. Battery here, 4 boxes, 1 under jump up and 1 there, so 6 boxes total. And if you want to place your bunker, you place the frame right there, or the stairs there, and it's just like that. Anyways, we can continue with the base. Let's add this little part here and put a garage door just like that, adding some extra path to get to the bunker part. And then coming around here, let's make this jump up area just like so. We can put a window in there with our jump up part like that. I like to metal this all because it's kind of the best to do that. And then here you can put whatever you want to even out the floor, depending on how your terrain is. This could very much change. Then you can put whatever you want in here. And don't forget to window off this section just like so. And you can put whatever deployable you want underneath this jump up as well. Coming up here, let's floor this area off, do a half wall in a window, going up to that floor, and then just wall this entire section in. And you can wall this part too. We're going to make a jump up going to the next floor, and then 2 frames right here. We can G-door both of those, roof this part off, and all these ceilings here. Going down here is our little bedroom area, where we can put a jump up going to the next floor. And we can quickly sauce 2 beds in down here, just like so, with a barrel right underneath. Now going back up, we can jump up here. And we can pretty much wall in this floor as well. And we can add our thingies here, just like this. And then going down here, we can make our airlock. And right up here, we can toss down a auto turret. Chain link that up and put this with our last thingy going in there. And then we can make these out of stone and delete these bottom ones like that. And our shell should be done. Very nice, just like this. And you can throw down whatever deployables you want inside of here, whatever furnaces you want to cook your stuff faster, anything like that. Your shell is fully complete. It's very nice. For a jump up here, you can either just throw down a twig when you're jumping up here, or you can put like a signpost or whatever you want, a ladder. I don't know, that's up to you. And don't forget here, you want to throw down, of course, your airlock, just like that. Now, we are going to quickly finish off this floor here because we don't want it to be open for grubs, because at this point you can be getting grubbed in here pretty easily. So, we are going to finish this off just like so. Finishing this floor always is final build grade, so I like to metal most of my base when I play the game. So this is how I like doing it. And then finally, metaling this roof as well. I like to stuff 4 boxes in here. Very nice like that. And then adding this right there. This part here, I like to make a auto turret once again. Actually, I forget. No, right here, I like to make my auto turret. I haven't built this base in a little bit, so sorry if there's any mistakes or anything like that in making this tutorial. It's kind of hard because I made this base before first wipe, then I played a wipe and kind of forgot a little bit, but now I'm making a tutorial and I think I'm getting everything right, and there's no mistakes, I can assure you that. And if there are, build this base always on a build server first, because if I make mistakes, I will always fix it in the video. So just check it out first. Adding a little G-door path there, you can put some boxes there. Then we have these boxes in here with a G-door going to there. You can put a tier 3 here in any of these corners just like that. And then here, don't wall that in. I am very sorry that I did not show that. Put 2 half walls and windows just like so. So it's always better to build these on build servers first. If you'd be building that in game, you could like mess that up, and I am very sorry about that, but yeah. Let's put this here, and then a floor above just like that, leaving. And now your second floor should all be finished just like so, and that's all good. If you did accidentally wall these off, it's not the end of the world. You just won't have half wall peaks going up. It really doesn't matter though. I mean, you'll be fine. You will be chilling. I apologize though if that did affect your base. Okay, so we got all that part of the base done, and our base is in a good position to defend any raid at the moment. But now we need to get our external TCs down so we can't get griefed or external TC griefed or anything like that. So coming off of here from this airlock, we're going to do square, triangle, triangle, square, triangle, triangle, just like so. But now we can't just connect this up to the wide gap, so we gotta have to multi-TC this. So make a little half moon coming off of here, and then from here go 7 squares out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and cap it off with a triangle. You won't be able to demolish this stuff, so to make it easier for yourself, add some half walls here so you can demolish them easy, or low walls. Make it so it connects back like that if you want, and then you can just come all the way out here, and you will be able to demolish these just like so. But make sure you get out 7, then you demolish like 3 coming in, and then come back in like this, and then you can demolish like this. This is to make it 10 times easier on yourself, so I just wanted to show that in here. And anyways, if you see a little gap here, that means you did the multi-TCing right. Multi-TCing is very good for upkeep reasons, because if you have everything on one TC, it's one, your TC can get griefed, and it's just terrible to have everything on one TC, so that's why you have to multi-TC it. And now that it's multi-seed here, so we can upgrade all of this because it's a final build form. And then from here, we actually don't want that. We want this. I very much apologize once again for any mistakes I make. So we want a square instead. And we can do another square coming off of here with that coming back in. And then from here, we can do square, triangle, triangle, boom. And we can do double half wall like this, boom, 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 just like so. I like to metal this here for a cheap little external. And then put our TC snug like that. And then we can make our little freehand bunker. We come here. I like to make it where I can open it on the same side as the TC. So basically how these work is, if you make it here, it's connecting to the wall to hang frame. So imagine like this. Basically how freehand bunkers work is you're making it so one of the sides connect to the walls while the other one has a gap, so you can open it. Let's say for the side that has a gap, you can open it. So I like to make it so I can open it on the TC side, so I leave a gap on the TC side. And I try and make the other side connecting to the wall. It can be a little tricky to get down sometimes, but they're pretty easy to get overall. Just have to find the right spot, place it like that, 78% stability. And I open it and it's opening on this side, so I can easily access the thing right there. Anyways, from here, after you get the freehand down, do triangle. It has to be between 77 and 79% stability, remember that. If you place a triangle here, you can go triangle, square, triangle, just like so. Break over that and do triangle, square, triangle coming back in, and you should have this as a triangle now. We can easily now open our external TC, and if we add a window and a little airlock module after here, we can nicely reconnect it by adding our frame here, and make the little reconnection coming back in. I like to metal that up so it can't get disconnected very easily. And then if you're trying to disconnect it, you just place your disconnection like that, and that is how you disconnect your external. Coming over here, we can finish up our outpost. Simply like this, making our 𝐓𝐡𝐞 peaks just like so. Add our 𝐓𝐡𝐞 peaks like that. Don't use a building skin on them because it makes them worse. Then I like to put a auto turret right here. I don't know why that keeps happening, just ignore that. Like, what? See, no, it's fine, I don't know. Little weird thing about the building server. Anyways, let's place this up here. And now we have our whole little outpost section here. And toss the doors everywhere on here. And then put some small boxes right here for your 𝐓𝐡𝐞 peaks. And now those are your gatehouses done with your externals. Let's quickly reconnect this all so your shooting floor modules parts won't decay. And just like that, it should all be connecting nice and fine. And when you want, you can throw a shot front on this part right here, just like so. Now with that all done, we are going to add the freehand modules coming off of these corners. I'm going to be switching it to 4-sided symmetry because this is all going to be 4-sided. So if you're looking here, it's going to come off of all of the corners. Off these corners, we're going to do triangle, square, triangle, triangle, square. Just like that, triangle, square, triangle, triangle, square. Break all of that, and then do a square coming back in. Now from here, we're going to want 2 low walls, and then coming in here, you should use an external crosshair. You don't see it on my stream, but I'll like show with the gun. So coming down here, we're gonna look about right here. Use an external crosshair for this. About right here in this like gray little patch. Then stand up. Maybe a bit higher. Look like right here. In this like, you see that white patch right above that white patch when this gray before it goes into the brown. Right there. Stand up. And don't do anything. Just hug the corner. Don't crouch. Just stand. And then bring that back in. This should be leveled up. That's a little bit too high. This would work, but it's a little bit too high, and we can just go for it to be perfect. So what we'll do instead is let's aim a little bit lower. It just fully depends on like how high your thing is. So since that was a little bit too high, I'm gonna aim a bit lower on like right there. Let go, crouch, stand, and that's like perfect height. Doesn't matter. If it's just not like, you can always fix it. It doesn't affect much. Just you can do it yourself. Like do a little bit. I don't know. Experiment with it. And then metal up this little part here, and now this right here, if it says 79, it is connecting. If it's between 77 or 79, it will be connecting. You can also test it by breaking that, and if it's hanging, that means it's connecting to the wall. On the left side here, always on the left side, you're going to need that part to be raised. We're not always looking, okay, so here to the left side and then here to the right side. So always the side facing into this cone thing needs to be a raised foundation. From this cone thing, we can upgrade this to be like that. And then going here, we can make this little circle module. Or here, we can make this wood, just like so. And then we can upgrade this part here, making this raised foundation. This is something, sadly, I'm gonna turn this back to rotation 2 because this is no longer a 4-side module, it's only on the 2-side. Sadly, something I literally just found out today is if you do this, and like placing a triangle through it, you cannot place the 4 anymore. So this triplet bunker I made the design and showed the tutorial with doesn't work anymore. Meaning this base only has 2 bunkers. It's really sad, and yeah, I'm really sad about it because I built this base before last 4 swipe, and then this 4 swipe they decide to update that. It's a real sad thing, RIP. But we can still just make this outpost section here if we want. Just do this here, just like so. If you want, I'm just going to make it same as the video. I haven't spent any time looking into making a new outpost module. If you want, there could be something a bit better. You could throw off of these corners here, but I'm just going with the same thing as I need to work in my other videos. It really sucks, but it works and it's fun. We're just going to do this and switch it up a little bit. Instead of that, we're going to go for a locker. Throw a locker down in this corner here. We can put this window right there. In nicely. We can lower this foundation so it's not as hard of a raid cost as well. Lower this here. We can still do something pretty nice. Put 2 boxes underneath in here. Put a frame going across just like so. We can window up this locker here now. And we can wall that off. Put 2 walls going here. Window this off. I like to put 2 windows facing in. That there just like that. And then going here, we can put our foundation going across there. Our bed going across there with a little low wall there, and another small box there and a small box here. And then we can fully roof in this entire area here. And then going on the outside here with some wood. Place wood just like that, and then roof this segment in with frames, makes it a bit better. And same thing on the other side. It still works fine. You still have this nice bedroom module. It will cost a bit of rockets for somebody to get into here. You put a frame in here in the garage door. It will still cost a bit to get to this area. You still have a nice bed module with a locker in here, which works very good. And you still got your great peaks that will go back into your high walls right over here. Now coming over here, we can simply half wall this right here. Boom, boom, boom. And then we can make a frame going back in so that part won't decay anymore. Same thing over here. Just like so. And now we can add our high walls going across our base here. 1 high wall, 2 high wall, and then 3 high walls, just like so. Get out our metal barricades just like this. And you can place them going across here, just like that. Let's do the same thing on the other side here. What was a big mistake I forgot to do? You need to do square triangle just like so. And then you break that after, just like that, adding this seawall. I'm very sorry for not including that part. And we can reconnect it like that. With the high walls. 1 high wall, 2 high wall, and the last one going across just like that. And then let's add, all we need here is 1 metal barricade going in the middle just like so. Very nice. They can't get past here, they'll get cut. They gotta break the metal barricade, and that's a nice little way to seal up your compound early. On here, what I like to do, on here, I like to make this going up. This will be your You can make it a half wall at the bottom if you want. Because all you, I like to make that going up into our ladder hatch later on. Oh, I'm going to build all that up later. For now, I'm going to make this going up here. So we can have some frames here, and then put some full walls, just like so. And then here, we can have frames going all the way up. But then here, we want to upgrade all this. And this here can go to our peak right here. Just like that, and then this here can go up to our roof. But here, I like to do this. And just like so, and then I go here, 2 roofs. Just like that. And then here, we can take some boxes and throw them down in the corners to give you something to nicely stand on when you're using these peaks. And just like that. Coming out of the base here, let's go, don't place anything there, place this right here. You can still place that, you cannot place that there because you'll have that, so just do that, and then go 2 up from there. We're gonna do the same thing right here. And then we're gonna build all this up going right here. Going here, we're gonna seal in this part right there. And place the double door opening out this way, and you can place a box or whatever deployable you want to jump up and over here. Here I like to also go right there and put some doors swinging outwards this way, and we can place our deployable mobilities to come up and over these high foundation segments. I have no idea why that broke, just ignore it. We're gonna put it right back when we are able to. Anyways, coming up here, we can put our floors coming from that window parts just like so, with this, and then half wall all of this here. Then put a floor here with a half wall and a low wall, just like that, upgrade that. And then we can toss on our broodless ramp right there, with a window bit here and right there. Our shooting floor is almost done. Now we're going to add some floating honeycomb to this part right here. To this, wait, which part is it? Okay, to this part right here. We can do that, put a metal floor right there, and then a metal wall just... Now going here on this little honeycomb part, right here, we're going to want to honeycomb this all in. So let's place this here, and we can just add a whole nother layer of protection if we do this. Just like so, adding that, and the same thing on this side here. If you want, you can do this out of stone as well, it really doesn't matter. It is all up to you. I like to make this here out of metal, as it adds a very nice layer of protection to anybody trying to splash your base from the outside. Now we're going to come over here to this part, doing the exact same thing basically. So we can put these right there, chain link them up, and coming here we can upgrade this just like so. And then we can place 2 full walls right there, and half walls on top. You don't need to make this all out of metal, I'm actually going to make this part right here out of stone, just to show you. It's fully up to you how you want to upgrade the space and where you want to put metal and where you want to put stone. I just usually make a lot of stuff out of metal because, I don't know, just makes it easier for me when building the bases. And that's usually what I do on my wipes as well. Here, boom, boom. And then same thing right here. I like to add myself some metal honeycomb. This is fully optional though. You don't need to do that metal honeycomb there, but I personally prefer it as it saved me and adds loads of honeycomb to those areas there. Okay, and now coming from this module here, sorry for any confusion I had. Also here, you need these to be stone. Just like this. If they're not stone, they'll make like a weird conditional there, so make them stone. Anyways, coming here. Anyways, so coming here on this module here, where we have that little outpost section, we're going to do this. So 2 half walls down here. Floor it off, just like so. Then put this here with 2 frames, and then pour this in just like that. On these frames, we can put a auto turret. We snuggle it in the back, just like that. Then we can place 2 frames here, just like that. Then going here, we're going to want this to go all the way up here. And then going here, we will bring these up, just like so. These here will go like this, and we can upgrade them. And then here, we can place 2 4s and give this little section here that. And then coming here, I like to place frames in those. And then they need to be a type of skin or they won't work. And then we can place our brood list just like that. Going here, I like to add our ladder hatch for the waterfall segment here. And then a little here, I like to add this part there so it gives us some more protection when we are climbing up it. And don't forget that floor right there. Then coming out here, you can place two roofs just like that with your windows on them. This goes straight up to your roof, just like so. You can break those, leave those, that's up to you. And then coming up here, we want to place these just like that. And if you place these right here, the bottom of the floor, make them out of brood list, gives that peak there. And then upgrade these parts here. I actually don't think you can have that there. I'm sorry if sorry for that. And then here. Okay, so coming off of this bit, we have to place a square triangle coming straight out through there. And then you can place 2 frames just like this. And then this frame right here will give support to a wall being placed on that. Very nice. And then you can go here. By placing that, you can add some extra stability, and you can place this little segment just like so. Sorry for any confusion happening there. It's very simple. You just do that, and then you can add these on the edges. Same thing on this side here. Place that. You can place that through there. That's not even totally needed, so if you don't place that first, don't stress it. Just place this frame right here. And then you can place these just like so with your wall right in there. It's pretty easy, pretty simple, and always build these videos I make on build servers first because I do make mistakes in the build tutorials sometimes. And right here, I don't know why that's just... I don't know, that's just annoying me. As due to the symmetry thing, so get that down first. And yeah, pretty simple. Then you can add some line of sight block. I don't know why it's saying line of sight block. That should be placeable. And you can place all of these windows around the shooting floor just like so. Coming from here, if this is not placing, you can simply do that. Then break that. And you can add that there, which I like to put 2 half walls on top. Same thing over there. If it's not working, just do that. And then upgrade them. And bada bing, bada boom, you have that. And if you want, you can come up here and place those right there. So you have that little like thingamabobber going on there. And now we're going to quickly want to build this part up out of the base because that's most thing that needs to be done. So coming from in here, let's quickly do half walls going on like this with windows on top. And upgrade all of that. And put a ramp like that so you can use the peak with thingy on top just like so. We can put another ramp going on top just like that and connect them in with a garage door in between them. And then you can have your 2 single door exits onto your roof there. Now coming into here, we can do this here with a window just like that, or a doorway. And then here, I like to put a G door. Then you have this segment pretty much built. You can put some boxes under here and just like this. And then you can put yourself a bed in the corner here and over here. And then I like to throw some maybe in the middle like this. That's fully up to you. You can like chuck them down. I don't know. Plenty of ways you can decorate the space. Recommend you to do some decorating or deployable placements yourself and how you see fit being the best. And then we can finish off the roof part here a bit by simply sealing it all in, and just like so. You'll see it ends up turning into a lemon footprint from a 2x1. And then going here, we can place all of our windows just like that, and now we have our shooting floor pretty much done here with all of our windows on. And there's not much more needed to be done. We're nearly done with the base here. You can you can decide to either do this part. I'll just do this part mainly. If you're not doing vending machines, you can just throw down this, or you put this down, a window just like so, the door giving you a little peek just like that. And just do some frames right here. I personally just do a vending machine when I need it, but you can do it how you like, and it's all up to you. The space is super optional. You can change anything you like on it and customize it to how you like. Which is something I recommend to do with any bases you see, watch, use, anything like that, is to change them and customize them to how you want them to be for your own liking. Then I can seal that up, and there's just simply some more stuff here. You can add some thingies up on these to give yourself some little roof raid tower protection. You can build these in here. And just like so. All up to you how you want to decorate this base and how you want to make it. There's loads of things you can change on here. But this is pretty much how I like to make it. If you want, you can remove these and throw down another turret here because you have still some empty turret slots. These will cover a huge portion of the base. Very nice. And that's your base. That's your roof here. Pretty much done. Now I'm going to fly around and check out some final touch-ups on anything I did not add. That's the entire base. We got the shooting floor down here, core. We got the shell with the bunkers and everything like that. And I hope you guys enjoy that kangaroo. Has some great peaks, great offline defendability, and great online defendability. All the peaks you'll need, great shooting floor, and it's a solid base, and hope you guys liked this one. A lot more to come.